Everybody, it's Mr. Dan, and I got good news for you. You're going to do a lab. Let me walk you through some of the steps here so that you have a good idea of what I expect. And if you have any questions, always just send those to me, and I'll answer them as quick and as well as I can. So let's take a look at the lab sheet that you've got. Okay? In your Google Classroom, there's a file that has this document in it for you to read through. But I'm going to walk you through it a little bit just to make sure, in case you have any questions. Please listen to this whole thing. Don't just go ahead. You'll always have questions. Okay, so as far as the research question goes, I've posed something for you. It's not exactly a question, but it's more of maybe a quest for you to go on. It says to describe the relationships of pressure, temperature, volume, and the amount of matter in gases. Okay, so your objectives then to understand the relationships of PV, N, and T. N is moles, if you remember. You're going to use the kinetic molecular theory to support some claim that you're going to make, okay? Some claim about the relationship. All right. You're going to use qualitative and quantitative data to support that claim about the relationship as well. If you don't remember qualitative data, these are just things that you describe with your senses. Something you saw or smelled. Perhaps we are dealing with gases here. It could be that it got hotter, it got bigger, the pressure increased. Quantitative data is about numbers, measurements that you took, calculations perhaps that you made. The mass decreased by 4 grams, the volume increased by 1 liter, something like that. Okay, so I want you to have both qualitative and quantitative data that you're going to collect along the way to support your claim. Your claim about this relationship up here. Okay? There were a good number of you who lost sight of what your main goals were in the last lab that we did. This up here is what we're doing. Okay? Don't deviate from that too much. There's freedom for you to choose how you're going to do it, but this is what we want to build on here. Okay, so how am I asking you to do that? Let's take a look at the description. 4 parts to this. First part is about research, so nothing overcomplicated here. You don't have to give me citations or anything like that, but get out there on the internet and find some awesome gas experiments that you can do from home. Okay, so you can YouTube this up if you want to, or just do some Google searches to try to find some gas law experiments that you can do from home. Okay, so how to know if you can do it from home? Take a look at what materials are used in the experiments that they outline for you. What stuff do you have? What stuff can you get? Okay, this could be something like just manipulating a situation. Maybe you want to heat up a balloon and see what happens before it pops. Maybe you want to do a chemical reaction that's going to produce gas. We've done reactions like that in the past that produce gas. Maybe you want to find out how many moles of gas are produced based off of a volume or a mass or something like that. Maybe you want to calculate the density of a gas. There's a lot of options that are available out there. So get out there and research, do some stuff. There's a lot of cool ideas, and a lot of these don't take a lot of time to do. So you can do more than one, which is a good idea. Okay, and it says that right here, right? You can do more than one experiment. Okay, so just get out there and research, find some stuff. Also, we want to know the rules of the kinetic molecular theory. So read up about that a little bit. I'll send you some stuff as well, but this is going to be part of your explanation, not just the data. Okay, after that, the plan, right? You have to plan an experiment. So as you plan, please, you have to check. I want you to check in with me about this. I'm going to set up a Flipgrid for you guys to once you come up with your plan, you're gonna have to respond back to me on that Flipgrid. Present your plan. So tell me about the essential details. Those are down below on the document a bit. Explain it to me. I'll either give you the green light, go ahead, or I'll tell you slow down. I want you to improve in some areas. I want you to make sure that you consider these things. A good plan will lead to a good experiment. Okay? The experiment. Do it. Just do the experiment. Collect any relevant photos and videos. Relevant is underlined. That means it's helpful to what you're trying to do. It's something that you want to communicate to me that shows what you've done. In the last lab that you guys did, I got a lot of pictures, and I didn't need all those pictures. I appreciate them, but I only need a couple to see what's really going on. So just be intentional with what you send me. Because this is individual, I don't need pictures of the whole group if you're doing it. Okay? Presentation. Not like you don't have to come in class or do a recording, but presentation is the Google Class. Please see the Google Classroom post from a couple days ago here. Okay, check that out, and there you will find slideshow that you're going to do, right? Google Slides presentation. So go there to that. I'll go there now. Okay, it's this one that I sent you guys, and you should be working on this already, right? There you can see the phenomenon video. There's me twice. Lucky you. Hopefully you've done this already. You've described the phenomenon and you've asked some questions, and then this is where you put your phenomenon model. So these slides are done already, hopefully. If they're not, do them now, please. And then we're going to get into the lab stuff. Okay, so the planning, the data, the graphs. So you're going to fill this stuff out here for the gas lab that you're going to do at home. You're going to fill out this slide here. Okay. If you're going to do multiple experiments, you're going to need to fill this slide out a couple of times, and that's really easy to do. Just come over here to the side here, and if you're going to do more than one, just give it a right click. On a Mac, I think there's something else that you would do. I don't know, Macs. But anyways, you're going to want to open up the menu, and if you need to make another one of these, just duplicate slide and check it out. Now I've got 2. I don't need to. Okay, so you're going to fill that out. Make sure to have all the relevant details in here. Okay, as well, you're going to have the data table and then graph for your results. And then you'll get into the explanations, conclusions, mechanisms here, all right? So only 2 slides on this one. One is engaging the argument from evidence, claim, evidence, reasoning, and then this is your final model that you're going to make, different from the previous one that you've done already. This is more like a particle model. This is where you show me what's really happening from your experiments. And so again, if you had more than one experiment, you're going to need to have more than one drawing here. So again, just duplicate the slide and have them on there. Okay, so that's what I want there. Let's go back. Let's come back here then, all right? So that's the presentation that I'm talking about. Make sure to have it all filled out with everything that you did. No calculations, okay? I didn't make you do that this time. You will probably have to do calculations, but I don't care if I see them this time. Okay, this part looks familiar. I edited a little bit, took a few things out. So you're not going to actually like do this. You're not going to fill this out and take a picture and send it to me. I don't need that. That's why I made the slides presentation. It has all the same info on there. That's just a reference for you if you want to go check it out. But please do read through this material here, okay? These are the important details that I want you to address when you're planning it, okay? So you might not need to have every last thing on here. For example, you might not actually have reactants, but what's your gas, right? And what kind of things are you going to do to it? So make sure you have this stuff planned out ahead of time. How much gas are you going to have? How much water are you going to have? How much of A and B and C are you going to have? Write it down. Plan it out. This part might be difficult for some of you. I am available to talk about it. So if you're having troubles, you don't know what to put, send me a message and we'll figure out a way to talk about it and work through that, okay? Conclusions, right? This is all the stuff that's in there. And instead of constructing explanations, it's the engaging in argument, but maybe I'll edit that for you, okay? Graph, make a graph. Model, etc. So I'm kind of repeating myself here, but there's just additional details on this document about what to do here. But this is the one that you're going to turn into me in the end. Okay. So if you have any questions, please let me know. It's Friday, so it's a good time to get started looking at this. I encourage you to start this weekend. Next week, there'll be other things going on too, so start looking. This can be really fun, you guys. Gas labs are super easy to do. It's a great one for us to do from home. I'll give you a few clues, some things to look out there for. Like you can try to reproduce the one that I did in class. You don't have the same materials, but you can maybe try to find a way to do it. Balloons are going to be a good thing to have around for gas labs. You can do reactions, popcorn. There's popcorn things you can do. Maybe look for that. That could be a fun one. So good luck out there. Let me know if you have questions. I'm here for you, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you soon. Later.